Hey folks, I'm taking the tune out for the first time for the season. I wanted to do a walkthrough of my setup and build. This is a 2024 Ford Ranger with the Tune M1 mounted on it. It has a 5-foot bed, so not a huge amount of space, but it's pretty wide, so it actually is pretty good for east-west sleeping, as you'll see. For the flooring, it's insulation underneath, then it's I use marine grade plywood and then put basically this marine flooring on top, which is pretty durable. It gets dirty, but it cleans pretty well. And it's pretty rugged. For the build, went for a sort of cabinet storage system on one side and then sort of a bench seating area on the other with the fridge. Let's hop on inside. Cool, so pretty self-explanatory over here. We have sort of a sink setup, so I wanted to keep it simple with the water system because there's horror stories about systems freezing. So these are just like cheap $15 pump systems you can buy on Amazon that just runs into a water jug, turn it on, water comes out. Pretty self-explanatory. And then underneath, there are 2 jugs which handle the water. The blue one is where the water comes from, and this one is where the water drains out to as wastewater. Cool. In terms of the rest of this, pretty straightforward storage. Kitchen supplies, clothes, things like that, all stored in here. Pantry, 2 layers of pantry stuff. And then additional storage down here for things like a heater, trash can, stuff like that. What's also down here, and is a little hard to see, is the electrical system. This is the inverter you kind of see here. Some switches, some things like that. You can kind of see back there, there's a 300 amp hour battery, which I use for my electrical system. The company that makes it is called Epoch, and the reason I went for it is it's pretty compact, which I like for the space. So I use a lot of Rhenology stuff to monitor it. So there's basically this is just a battery monitor. You can see, kind of just monitor what's happening right now. I have just a little bit of solar running in, which is charging the system while also running the fridge and other things like that. And then I have down here, this is a CO2 and gas monitor system. Pretty basic system, some USB that I run through here, ports for the inverter. This is a 100-watt USB charger that also runs the inverter, so I can power things like a laptop and things like that. Cool. So that's the electrical side of thing. Another main feature of this, and kind of the reason behind this build, is I want to be able to work out of here. So this is a desk. You can obviously sit on the bench area, and the desk pulls out and locks in place. It's very sturdy, and the idea is that, pull out the laptop, do some work here, or do whatever here, really. It's pretty sweet and kind of pulls out pretty far, it makes it a big working space. Cool, and that will lock back into place, which is pretty nice. In terms of other things in here, obviously, like every Tune, bed back here. It's about 6 feet exactly, which is, nice, but not great if you're taller. Down here, this is just miscellaneous storage. So this opens up, store things like Starlink, toolkit, first aid kit, you name it, it's stored back here. I have an induction stove and things like that. Cool. Over here is the fridge, which is powered off the truck. Pretty self-explanatory as well. Cool. Yeah, this has been the walkthrough of my Tune 1 setup.